Looks like we are. Let me double, triple verify. And eyes wide open. Or no, it's eyes wide shut. Never mind. Okay, enough of that.
Maybe that's why I didn't know.
Okay, yeah. All right, spotlight. There we go. And give that a spotlight right there. Good. I'm on this side now. Awesome. Cool. Really quick, guys. Anybody joining the Zoom? We're gonna try to keep that poll on there. So if you do have any other topics and everything, just anything, just put it in there. I'll let the Facebook and YouTube know. They could just put it into the comments. So, anyways, so thank you everyone for attending. Today is February 6th,
Wow.
and we are, man, it is cruising by, man. The year is just cruising. So,
Yeah, me
um,
too.
we are getting there. I'm only another 12 days from my birthday. So in February.
A
Um,
Pisces, huh?
of course, that's all hearsay to me, right?
There's
So
no time then. Yeah.
there is no time. It's just a man-made construct.
Definitely not.
So, all right. Anyways, guys, thank you for joining. So, everybody out there, Facebook and YouTube land, and I think yeah, those are the only two that we restream to. We do hold these coherence meditations every week on Tuesday at 6 p.m., 3 p.m. Pacific time. That is 6 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. Over here on the right here, you can find all the details and join the newsletter. Please do click on that. Join our newsletter. We got some important information coming in. And that also brings you to the actual live Zoom link. And this one right over here is our Cosmic Gaia community channel over on YouTube. So if you miss any of these coherence meditations any time every week, you can just go right over to that website and you can replay those right over there. So, like I said, we hold our live Zoom calls every Tuesday. We hold these on Zoom. So, we do welcome you over here on Zoom. It doesn't mean that you need to broadcast your video and show your lovely face or anything, but we'd love to have your presence over here on Zoom. Anyway, if you are over there on Facebook or YouTube land, please do subscribe, like, and share this to any friends and family who you think will benefit. The format of our coherence meditations, maybe the first 10 to 15 minutes, we just do this little intro and then we go on a brief discussion. Seth gives a little bit intro on the topic of the week. And we do encourage everyone to do this as a daily practice, even though we have these once a week. So, like I said, go ahead, go on the recordings. You can play those as often as you'd like. Last week's meditation was the meditation for adaptation. And today we have a title for this week with the open eyes meditation. That's going to be interesting. So, I've never done an open eye meditation. So, and if you do have a topic in mind, go ahead and just click on the comments down below, add your topic, and we'll put it in the queue. We do keep those on file on our spreadsheet. We just try to get to those. So go ahead and get in your sacred space, get some water, get comfortable, relax, and let's hand this thing over to Seth. And what the heck? Eyes wide, well, I mean, open eye meditation. So you tell us, like, how are we going to do this, Seth?
You can call it whatever you want. It's so just to let everybody know, we're going to keep it short tonight. And the reason why is because I want to encourage everybody to keep doing this at least once a day. So hopefully it'll be between 15 and 20 minutes. That's what I'm going to aim for. And the reason why is because when next to meditation itself, right? Like when somebody chooses to do a meditation practice and they get good at it, they get into coherence, they get their posture straight, and they create greater energy flow. That's important. It's a very important thing to do. But what happens is a lot of people will do that. They'll do these meditations, they'll get into deeper states. But then when they open their eyes, they go right back into the world where all kinds of stuff knock us off balance. And so the way to do that, had to make it through that and not let it knock you off balance, when you open your eyes from any meditation, you can still be in the state of heart-brain coherence that we work to achieve. And when you walk around, when you run, when you drive, you can do almost anything. You can do everything with this, including creativity. If you love art or music or hiking or biking or exercising, whatever somebody does in their life, when you create these states of being and you bring it into your life and you work every day to get really good at sustaining it, at some point it begins to sustain itself. Or more accurately, you become conscious of what the order is in your body, what the coherence feels like, and you know when you go off balance, and then you just by choice get back into balance. So this is something I realized and like learned about when I was a kid. And I'll just tell really quick. It's in the beginning of my book. But I would go outside. These are my earliest memories. I would sit outside on, not in winter, but on pretty much any part of, with 4 seasons up here. So any chance I would get, I would be outside in my front yard and I would look at the trees and where the tree line met the sky. I don't know why I did this, but I would just do it. And there's something about it. As I would look at it and breathe, everything started getting brighter and brighter and brighter, and I couldn't see anything around me, no trees, nothing. And when I was in that state, there wasn't anything like, oh, I'm reaching some high level of meditation. There's no ego. There weren't even words for it for me at that point in my life. But I knew that whenever I would do that, I felt amazing. And that's why I kept going out there to do it. But the interesting part about it is when you do what we're going to do tonight and you get really good at it, the same thing is going to happen. You literally will begin to see through. It's not that this isn't real. It is. What is real, what is more real is this energy field, this source life force energy that is animating our being. When you begin to allow yourself to become aware of it, doesn't take that long. The more you practice, the more you're going to see that than anything else. You will see, you will feel, you will know that energy as what you truly are. And that's why the world around disappears, because we're focusing on reality. That is what is really happening. So as the world continues to get crazier and off balance and all of that, this is a perfect time to do this. And I'll say one other thing too before we open it up for questions. So the way this is best, you can't mess it up. Don't worry. There's no way to mess this up except to not do it. But if you can get a mirror and put it in front of you, sitting down is best, or laying down, or you can stand up if you're comfortable standing up for 15 to 20 minutes at a time. But if you take a mirror and you stare at that mirror, you're facing yourself. You are literally facing who you think you are. And I don't know, like I'll just speak for myself. I've never been one to like really look in the mirror. I don't really care what I look like. I just clean up a little bit to make myself presentable. But when I used to have this is probably 20 years ago, I would look in the mirror and it was kind of like shocking because I'm like, I know who I am, I feel what I am, but when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, whoa, that person doesn't at all look like the person I feel I am. And so to look at myself, to look eye to eye with my own reflection, all the things that come up, all the thoughts, beliefs, behaviors, actions, resistance, pain. There's so much that comes up when we face ourselves. And I knew that was something really important, and to continue making a habit of facing myself. It caused a lot of the issues that I have, a lot of the resistance would start to go away because I became more accepting of myself. I became less attached. I became more conditionally in love. I mean, so in condi I what help me out. What's the word here? Unconditional. Jeez. See, this is how it is, people. It's like music. You mess up, you just keep going. That's what I've been trained to do. So you begin to feel unconditional love for the reflection that is staring back out at you. And making that habit and doing it and really exercising your ability to make peace with that person that you're seeing in the mirror, that is work. That is practice. And when you get good at doing that, that's when changes really begin to happen. So before we go, Greg, or anybody that wants to share anything or ask anything at all, please let us know.
Yeah, anybody just go ahead and chime in. I'll just start it off as I was thinking about this actually. Several months ago, I was in a conversation with one of my old friends, and it was kind of crazy because I previously haven't spoken to him in years, but him and I go on talking about like people waking up and everything, and he goes on to like he meditates and everything else, and one of the things maybe I don't know if this is very similar as far as like maybe the state of consciousness, state of mind, but he's like, dude, like like think of it as you're like driving down the road, on like a long road trip or something. Like you could meditate while you're driving. I'm like, no, I wouldn't recommend that for one. But it's like, like, don't you ever wonder sometimes, like, how just a certain, like a long period of time just passes by so easily, and you're wondering, like, gee, how did I get to that destination? Is it kind of like that state of mind sometimes? Like, you can kind of, with your eyes open, you know, get into that state of mind, that subconsciousness, I guess you can say, right? Is it kind of very similar to
Actually,
that?
well, but you know what, too? Like you think of Olympic athletes, you think of people who do really extreme level stuff. They get into these states of full coherence with their entire body in order to be able to achieve what they do. And if you're not in alignment, if you're not in conscious coherence with your entire body, that's when, it can get harder. But the people who get really good at doing that, they're in those flow states, like when I play music, or I have a friend when he does art, any kind of creative endeavor where you feel like, wow, I'm making some amazing music, I'm making stuff happen, and I'm so happy. You're in a state of coherence. You may not be fully conscious of it, meaning your heart and your brain are connected. You're in a creative state. You're not stressed out. You're enjoying life. You're enjoying your own creativity. And the more you choose to be aware of your own coherence in that, that's it. Eyes open, eyes closed, driving down the road, it can all be done. And it actually is more in harmony with what's quote unquote normal.
Mm-hmm.
When we're stressed out and upset and having a difficult time, it's okay. It happens. But when we stay in that state where we just feel like we can't get out of it, that's not normal. But drug companies, society, all these things want to make us believe that altered states of high stress are normal. They're not normal. What is a lot more normal is to be these beings that we are, having this brief blip in this reality where we can self-realize, meaning you can calm yourself down, you can feel good, you create coherence, and then you can get more and more incoherence. And at some point, with practice, you begin to become conscious of all these different layers of self-awareness that are not at all separate from you. They are there. And when you become aware of it, you're activating all that DNA, that subconscious that Greg, you mentioned. It all comes it becomes available to all of us.
I guess you can also draw the parallel to like remote viewing. You know how you take a piece of paper and you got to write down four numbers, and it just clicks your subconscious, and you can remote view without closing your eyes. You can remote view and you can see like distant lands and the architecture and the landscape and everything. So that's interesting.
Have you done that? Have you ever worked at doing that?
I have tried many times, and yeah, as a matter of fact, I haven't. Many years ago, I went to Major Ed Dames. He threw a little get together or remote viewing 101 over in San Francisco. So I took a day trip out there on a flight, but I still couldn't do it. This was years ago. Maybe it'd be different now. So I
Well,
want
I
to
mean,
get
I
back
don't
into
know a
that.
lot about it. I'm not privy to it, but it's kind of like what we're doing in the sense that you become so objective that allows you to be the observer of your life. And it feels like you're way above yourself or back, whatever, but at the same time, you're totally in. And that's, I mean, isn't it kind of like that? Or
It sure sounds like it, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, just tapping into your subconscious, basically.
Hmm. Well,
So
look, I am really excited to do this with you guys. And I'm also, again, please, please keep doing it. Keep meditating. Especially this one, practice it. If you guys could do it for a week, just once a day, that would be awesome. Do it once a day. And if you can set a mirror up and so you can look at yourself, can see yourself in your eyes, that's it. So, all right. I'm going to actually ask everybody to be seated for this one. And it's okay if you don't have water next to you. Again, we're going to keep this short because I really want everybody to feel what this is and then practice once a day until our meeting next week. So sit down, try to look, if you're in a computer screen, just look at where your eyes are. And if you can just look straight from your eyes, you want to keep your eyes as relaxed as you can. If you can see your image on it, then yeah, you can look into your eyes. If it's more comfortable for you to just stare at a wall or something, let yourself do that because what you're going to see and feel is going to disappear eventually anyway. So we're not trying to like see in front of us. We're trying to look through the vision of what we see, of how we see. So completely get comfortable. Keep your eyes just staring at whatever is most comfortable for you. Pay attention to your breathing. All you need to do with your breathing tonight is just slow it down and deepen it a little. And relax your entire body. And as you're relaxing, let yourself be aware. Be aware of how this energy that you call you, how it relates to the rest of your body. Meaning, can you be so calm and so aware that you, the person you are, feels like they are completely integrated into this body? Because the more in coherence we become, the more integrated into this body we become. And that's where things really have the potential to happen, because that is the predominant bulk of reality. Staring and sensing and feeling how your body relates to this void of space that is blackness beyond black. It is void. There is not air. There is nothing there except for rich codes and sequences of energy rich information, creating life through countless dimensions. And that is what is really happening. Our life experience, everything we perceive in the world from a human level, that's actually a really small, almost like a speck of dust compared to the part of you that is already integrated into this void, and that you are choosing to begin to be more aware of it, to become more integrated into it. And when you, as this person, begin to feel all of this integrate, and you are conscious of it, everything begins to make sense. All of it. Answers to questions that maybe no one has ever asked. All of our questions, all of our knowing begins to become revealed when we willingly pay attention to this force of energy that is allowing us to perceive reality. So you're calm, you're breathing slow, a little deeper, and your head is completely rested. And see if you can relax your eye sockets. Our eyes are more than 90% water. They are emitting vapor. The water that is in us could be billions of years old. So your head is totally relaxed. Your eyes are relaxed. And you're looking straight ahead. And whatever you're looking at, don't even focus on it. Just soften your gaze so that your sight is just happening. Your sight is just a byproduct of your awareness. And feel like there's a little tiny silver or gold cord at the top of your head, pulling you up so that your neck, your spine, so it puts it more in alignment. And so you are upright, you are relaxing, your eyes are totally relaxed. And even though you are seeing, you aren't attached to how you see it. You're looking out. And the more you get into a state of heart brain coherence. And you do this, you eventually start becoming aware that it isn't you doing the seeing. This bioelectric nature of energy that is pulsing throughout our entire being. It is what is seeing through us. That energy field that we are is orchestrating all of this. And with faith, with willingness, with curiosity, we begin to engage that part of our attention that is connected to the living force of energy that we are. And if you go out of it, it's okay. Just bring your awareness, your energy back into your being. And as you are perceiving reality through your eyes, very naturally and gently, allow what is seen to perceive reality from your entire being. Your self-awareness that you are intentionally becoming more self-aware of. So this force of energy that's causing the heart to beat, the animating principle that literally is working miracles through all of our bodies and everything right now, we are choosing to perceive reality the way it would. And the way it perceives reality is through interconnectedness. Like the mycelia or microbiome of a forest, rich with trees, mycelia from mushrooms. It is all operating from a greater intelligence, but with its own unique expression and with its own unique ability to be in communication with the rest of the forest. This is kind of what's happening in us. All these different roots, veins, all the parts of our being are like little microbiomes. And the more we calm down and bring our attention to that, to all the different places in our body that are like the veins and rivers of the world around us, the more we're able to begin to feel that this energy is orchestrating everything. And the more we begin to feel what that is like, the more we begin to trust it and our ability to perceive the way it does through being connected. And allow what you are seeing Allow it to just be malleable. Allow your interpretation of whatever you are looking at to be free of language, of belief systems. Just let all of this happen with you doing only enough to become aware of what it is that you are aware of. Who is seeing this world? Is it you? Or is it you in harmony with this miracle that is animating our being? And if you are the latter, take comfort in knowing that a extremely beyond genius level of intelligence is already happening to all of us. By being calm, by totally relaxing what we are seeing without any attachment to what we normally perceive it as being. Put a smile on your face while you're seeing through your eyes, around your eyes. Just smile. You don't have to make it a huge smile. Smile so that you feel an uplifted frequency that begins to happen regularly when we intentionally get into coherence with our life force and all that it is doing for us and with us. And this is such an incredible way to get in tune with yourself, to become and sustain being aware beyond the limitations of what we all think things are. And if you're out in the world, or if you're communicating with people that are kind of draining your energy or throwing you off balance, set little reminders. Set reminders so that if these old routines and these old energies keep presenting themselves to us, whenever any of that happens, that is your cue, the reminder for you to relax and feel your heartbeat in harmony with your brain, with all of the mycelia network of interconnectivity that is in our bodies, that allows our bodies to function just like in nature, except for that we are choosing to become conscious of our own inner nature and to perceive reality from a completely interconnected state of awareness. At some point, you become aware that you're actually not bound to your body. Your body isn't some jail that your soul is holding you in. I mean, it can be. If somebody wants to have that experience, they can do that. But by being relaxed, by being trusting of this miracle animating your being, and knowing that all it is a habit where you normalize all the higher octaves of your own human perception, to know that you can become conscious of reality greater than anybody has ever showed us, and that actually that is normal. It's okay if your eyes blink. You basically just want to kind of ride a line of awareness, totally relaxed. You feel uplifted. Your feeling of being uplifted causes greater coherence in and around your body, and you become so much more aware of this energy that's animating your body, that there is no more separation between who you think you are and what you are. It is unified, and you're just becoming aware of whatever blocks that are there like teachers, so that you can learn the lesson and begin to be in tune with reality, not the stressed out, being ruled under a heavy iron hammer. None of that. We are trusting that the miracle we already are can integrate into our awareness so that we can see beyond and within the scope of what reality is. So, in closing, if you can take a mirror and do this meditation in front of a mirror and keeping your eyes open and look into your eyes. It's usually easier to just look into one eye because it can be hard for two eyes to connect. So just focus on whatever eye that you want to see from. And when you look into a mirror, into your own soul, and you feel the things that will come up as you confront who you really are, that's a gift. That is life allowing you to have the opportunity to look deep into what you already are, so that you can become in coherence with this energy field that you are, that I am, that everything is. So love it, like it, share it, and stay like this. I'll make shorter ones too. Greg will help me, and we'll do this, because if somebody could only do one meditation 5 minutes a day, 3 or 4 times a day, you install all the neural circuitry of your intention to be aware of yourself as you really are. And then knowing that you're doing this with a community of people that I'm really happy to be alive. I love life. It can be so hard, but oh my God, what else? What's the alternative? All right. Thank you, everybody. Keep practicing. You know what? I think I'll take this one, Greg. I'll shorten it so it's just the meditation without the commentary. And I'll have that ready for everybody tomorrow so that you can do this in the time efficient way.
I'll send you the download link.
Okay, perfect. All right, everybody.
Thank you,
Let us
everyone.
know. Comment on the post, just any feedback, like whatever. Let's do that. Let's keep building a world that is real.
Thank you. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Good night.